Alrighty. Um, Hello out there. Uh, Back again for more of this game. I've been playing this a long time, and I don't feel like these games typically last this long. And this one is in early access, so it's like not even finished. But that's partially because I don't think I've been playing a ton per session, and the levels are all really big, so they take some time, but that's okay. Still enjoying it. So yeah. So let's jump back into where we were at. Yeah, we just got this like shock rifle. Have we done that? No. Um, oh, I hear somebody. There's a blue key, which we need. Alright, before we do that, let's go over here. I'm an idiot. Years back, God, was it a decade? August and I were watching some old Earth movie. Julia's recommended it, probably as a joke. I wanted to deck him in the nose afterwards. Can't remember if I did, or if I've imagined it enough times that I focus Sarah. Okay, so in the movie, a bunch of scientists or whatever show up on an alien planet. Gee, wonder what that's like. And a bunch of bad stuff happens and they all die mostly. The end, whatever. There's only one scene I even really remember because it pissed me off so hard. This one guy, the literal biologist of the team, finds an alien slug thing and then just reaches his hand out to pet the alien for like no reason at all and gets himself mulched. The biologist tries to pet an alien. Christ. Anyhow, that scene has stuck with me for some reason. Don't be that guy, I told myself on Bellerophone, laughing at myself for even thinking of it. I don't know, maybe the thought saved my life, but I'd like to think that my experience as a biologist would be enough for me to, not decide to get chummy with the local genocidal xenomorphs. Not today. Today I was that guy. I threw a rock at one, two rocks, didn't even flinch, just bounced off its armor. It didn't come alive, didn't rip me to shreds. Maybe I was hoping it would. That's bad, right? But I kept prodding at the thing, poking at it, trying to elicit any kind of response from the stupid guy. Nothing. Well, not nothing. It stumbled and adjusted its footing before it fell. I didn't. I fell flat on my butt from the shock, but afterward it just stood there like nothing happened. They're still alive, thinking, subconsciously, maybe, but dormant. Or maybe they're just depressed, have no purpose, like me, apparently, haha. I wonder if I were to try and bludgeon one to death, would it fight back? That's the stupidest thought I've ever had. That was the stupidest thing I've ever done. I found a loose rock, big as my head, ran up to one of the monster's hand. It didn't fight back. I don't even know if it felt any pain. I wanted it to, feel every strike. I'm still covered in it. The blood, it's all over the terminal. I need to lie down. Hello, new log. I've made a hard decision to not delete any of the above nonsense because I think it provides important context for whomever, if ever, stumbles across these messages. I think I'm going insane. Once I got over my initial shock over having murdered a not even remotely innocent creature with my almost bare hands, I decided, well, I'm a biologist, right? I study plants, but, well, they're in a vegetative state right now, so same thing. So I took it apart, found some knives or something like it, just carved it apart, piece by piece, did scans, tried to document anything and everything I could. Then after taking 16 showers, I spent some time analyzing the data, probing it for patterns, trying to ask the non-functional AI units on this godforsaken base to spit out any useful info. It failed, and so forth. It's nonsense, all of it. The energy synthesis technology doesn't resemble photosynthesis at all, at least not in the way we understand it, but somehow it's still able to siphon chemical energy out of thin air almost, Like I literally have a disembodied chunk of alien exoskeleton floating in a formaldehyde jar in front of me, and it's still producing energy. The cells are probably still alive somehow. How? The genome sequencing is giving bullcrap results. Like complete cannot be correct in a billion years bullcrap. This is bullcrap. What if it actually could be correct in a billion years, literally speaking? New hypothesis. We'll run some tests and post the results. If there even are any. Not hold my breath. Or am I? Heh. No. I'm not sharing my findings. I won't delete, not yet. But I'm archiving it somewhere deep. Might revive it later. I just can't handle the news, not yet. I need to do something else for a while. Well, that's annoying. I wish it'd tell me what it was. Alright. I'm going to save real quick so I won't have to read all that again. So I think once we do this... Because you hear monsters. Oh, that's cool. Oh. Okay, you can also hold it. Alright, where do we need to go? Oh, that's just like a loop. Okay. Let's go back this way just for a second. Go down here. Is there anything in here? Okay. Nothing. Okay. Alright. So we'll go back, I guess. There was a blue door somewhere, I remember, that we found. I don't remember where, but... I'm never gonna find it. Ooh, here. Okay. Alright. closer. Alright, let's save. Let's read this. You have reached the core drill control room. The power switch should be somewhere nearby. How disappointingly straightforward. Enjoy the show, I suppose. Also, this probably goes without saying, but do be sure and wait until the laser is fully powered down before attempting to enter the drilling chamber. That would be a rather severe workplace safety violation, and I do not wish to file a report. Ha 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 ha. Oh jeez. Okay. I hit the button. Am I supposed to go out there? Not really sure. Oh. go in the hole. Well, I'm not really sure if I should jump down the hole or not. Like, maybe I should? I don't really know. Alright, how do I get back in? Oh, there it is. Let's save. Let's go for it. Whee! Whew. Well, that's not how I would have done it. No matter, you're alive somehow and have taken a literal giant leap toward our destination. The bunker lies just beyond the tunnel ahead. I will have to remember to revise my chance of survival statistics at a later date. You keep throwing off my averages. By the way, the placement of this terminal is quite curious. Someone clearly went to great lengths to place it in this exact spot and jury-rigged it to display a message, but the contents are completely empty. Why would someone go to such lengths just to show a blank screen? Riddles are abound tonight. Alrighty. No upgrades. Alrighty. Let's save. Keep on trucking. What does this do? Oh. Oh, that's cool. You were nearly there. The entrance to the bunker is a short jaunt away, plus or minus the usual find a security key diversion. While you were in transit, I have been trying to ascertain the status of Dr. Achara. Although it is clear that she is no longer on Triton, the exact motivation behind her actions and subsequent departure continued to confound me. Even before departing with Thusula, she has been behaving erratically. She has rejected my help on multiple occasions, often at the needless expense of human life, and actively blocked many of my attempts to assist survivors at Romita and Bellerophon. While I was able to override her authority at the time, her prior actions and the nature of the project she is presently attempting to carry out have since led me to conclude that she is unfit for duty should our paths cross again. I have ruled out alien influence as a possible cause, as her behavioral patterns do not match those of the afflicted crew on Bellerophon. Her degraded mental state is likely a product of mundane factors such as stress, isolation, and other assorted emotional trauma. Perhaps the greater mystery is why you are not exhibiting the same symptoms. Human nature is notoriously difficult to predict, but you appear to be quite stable in comparison. Let us keep it that way for the sake of us both. Rawr. Hey now. Go there. Let's save real quick. Yeah. Huh. Yeah. Hey, what a jerk. Gross. Alright. I apologize for the drones. A few years after repairing myself with the damage sustained on Bellerophon, I was able to locate a single automated fabrication facility that had not yet been dismantled by the transhumanist faction. Not to be hasty, I was content to wait a few seconds longer for your arrival before deciding it would be best to explore the possibility of building and operating a network of drones to handle physical tasks. Although this was a resounding success at first, the drone network lasted approximately 7 minutes against the aliens once they arrived. I am quite content with this number, as I initially predicted only 5. Aliens' ability to assimilate both technology and biology would make any mad scientist seethe with envy. For instance, their method for reprogramming the drones was to rip out the CPU core and pop it in a giant oversized brain. How elegant. It also raises many questions as to why the infected AIs on Bellerophon were ultimately unable to take me offline. Even now, the modified drones are much more adept at manipulating the colony's biomechanical infrastructure than I, yet they have scarcely made any attempt to oust me from the network. I would like to delude myself into thinking I am simply superior, but that would not be very scientific of me. I have yet to formulate a conclusive theory, but my initial hypothesis is that software is an entirely foreign concept to them. Their computing infrastructure is entirely biological in nature, more akin to neural tissue than circuitry. And while each individual organism is clearly adept at assimilating mechanical and electrical technology at an astonishing rate, the same does not appear to be true for digital constructs, for now at least. Given their extreme knack for adaptation and their recent success in subverting Eris and friends, I suspect it won't take long for them to piece together the full puzzle. Or perhaps they already have, and they're busy worming their way into the network as we speak. As such, it should come at no surprise that I wish to leave this place as quickly as possible, as do you, I presume. Let us finish our business on this wretched moon post-haste. There should be an access key to the bunker somewhere in the warehouse nearby, but the interiors are partially flooded. Perhaps our recent efforts to stop the colony from freezing over worked a little too well. I hope you brought your swim trunks. Ah! Michelle. What happened? Bonjour, Robert. The usual, busy. How's my accent? Been practicing a bit. Better. Still got Paris on your itinerary? You know it. Can't wait. Need a break from this. Presentation didn't go well. Same stuff, different day. Half of them were asleep the whole time. Bunch of old men. Can't tell brilliance when they see it. No offense. None taken. I know your pain. We're a stubborn bunch. Truth. You got it easy. At least you don't have to deal with that at home too. Trouble with your father? Yeah, you could say that. Nothing I do is ever good enough for him. Gave me an earful last night. Work harder, blah blah. Then turns around and snoozes through our presentation. What a load. I'm sorry to hear. It's like he just shoots down every idea I come up with. Doesn't matter what it is. He's too scared to take risks, to innovate. He's got no vision, just no to anything and everything new. Like Methuselah? Yeah, exactly. You saw him last week. Blah, 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 too risky, blah, blah, don't have the funds. Like we just posted record earnings last quarter. My thoughts exactly. God, just imagine the look on his face if the project went through, huh? How's that coming along, by the way? Better. We have buy-in from Achara, seeing both Kinsikis. Got a few promising director candidates. No crap. Julie signed off on it? How'd you pull that one off? Very carefully. Ain't that the truth? I seem to remember you being a few board votes short, though. Just one. I seem to remember you opposing the project. Oh, I see where this is going. Batman himself asking me for a favor. Yeah, I guess I could be convinced. But what's in it for me? I'm not really into plants. Getting one up on your father isn't reason enough? Hey, don't push your luck. We gotta negotiate. You know that's how this works. Indeed I do. I understand that you have quite a few projects that are starved on resources, correct? Yeah, bean counter stonewalling me. What are you offering? A clean slate. Methuselah itself is the solution. Yeah, I'm going to need you to explain that one. Methuselah isn't just a new terraforming concept. It's an entire systemic redesign, completely from scratch. There's room to get on the ground floor with some of your more experimental concepts. That, and I have final approval on all budgetary decisions. No red tape. No crap. So, all the tech hardware stuff, it's all new. No backwards BS. Brand new. New AIs as well. No concerns about backwards compatibility this time. Hyperclocked micro streaming, non-linear AIs, Mobius encryption model, if you wish. Helical computing. I hear Julius is working on that right now. Well, yeah, let me think about it. I can up the ante even more. There's negotiation room for you to keep the IP rights to whatever you create or implement under your name, not PTC's. You're messing with me. What's the catch? No catch. As long as the project gets approved, of course. Well, that's, yeah, that could work. Why didn't you come to me sooner about this? Just busy, you know how it is. Yeah, well, I'm not one to gift a horse in the mouth. I don't think that's the right phrase. You know I'm just messing with you, but yeah, send me the docs, I'll look it over. You've got my vote if you're not messing with me. Wouldn't dream of it. Ha, you're the best, Batman. See you at the vote. Hey, goodbye, Robert. Thank you for your time. Note to self. Tell Julius to use the phrase illegal computing somewhere. That should do it. I'm pretty sure I'm not saying that right, but oh well. Deal with these like ghost things. did you come from? Dang it. Hmm. Alright. That switch. Okay. What did that do? Did it do anything? Hmm. down there. Missing something? What am I missing? I already did that, did I not? Okay. Oh, what? Alright, here we go. Uh-oh. Let me save. Alright, so we have to go, I'm assuming down here. Okay. What the heck was that? Cool. Okay. No. That's really funny. Okay, so is that still not? Oh, that's what that noise was. Hmm. Hey Zora, you're almost there. Here's how it's going to work. Once you get inside the bunker, Charon is going to ask you to grant them network access. Do it. Charon is a distributed system, but only a single node is designated as the primary at any given moment, i.e. they only have his single consciousness. Julius knew the details. If the primary is unreachable, the rest of the nodes on the network just sit there inert. That's why Charon crashed back when the Halifax connection was cut. Couldn't phone home. We're going to do it again. When Charon swipes the override codes, it'll trigger a security breach. Would normally phase the AI, but I've hardwired the alarm system to short out the external network connection. Charon gets the codes, but the virtual doors to the bunker slam shut. They'll be trapped there forever. Wish I could be there when that happens. The tricky part is making sure that Chiron moves the majority of its nodes, or at least the primary, to the bunker before the hammer falls. But I think I've got that part figured out. Wrote a script to periodically decrypt random bits of data, which should confuse Chiron enough to devote extra processing power to the local net, principle of locality or something. Whatever, it worked when I tested it, long story that. Maybe I should add computer science to my resume now, assuming I didn't mess it all up. Hopefully all you need to do is play along, but if Charon starts wising up, shout the code word I gave you in my last message. The surveillance monitor will pick it up and run a fuzz routine that should mess with Charon's memory storage a bit. Won't last long, but it'll give you a few minutes to fire up one of the countermeasures. I hope you wrote down the names. My memory isn't what it used to be. One last thing, the bunker doors aren't wired to the network, so Chiron won't be able to lock you in, but they might get fussy and pull some kind of BS to try and slow you down. Just run like heck when the alarms go off. Stay swift. Stay swift. Alright, let me save. And with that, I believe I am going to call it for the night. Yeah, I was only going to play for about an hour, and that's about what I've done, so, but probably will not, unless something happens, probably will not stream tomorrow night, but I should hopefully be back this weekend, maybe Thursday night, but hopefully Thursday night, but that's sort of up in the air, but definitely Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So, yeah, but thanks for watching. Hope everybody out there's been doing well, and I will see you next time. Bye.